Conversations with the Arcturians. April 4, 2016. L. Good morning, Arcturians. Arcturians. Greetings. L. Suziel and I have been talking about memory loss and the need to ground. Can you comment on that? Arcturians. Actually, what we were telling Suziel via light language was that it is the now for our pioneers who took an Earth vessel to assist with Gaia's ascension to focus on the other direction of expanding their consciousness higher and higher. It is the now for you, our pioneers, to trust and know that what you are doing is for the good of the planet. We ask that you focus on the process of ascending the planet, rather than the personal needs to get out of there, as too many are still holding. It is this determination to maintain your dedication to Mother Earth that creates the necessary grounding. When you know that you are living within the statement of, "This is for the Mother," you are fully grounded. Then, you can let go. This process of letting go will likely feel ungrounded because it will feel different from what you are accustomed. In fact, it may feel a little frightening. You, our pioneers, will possibly experience the Kundalini rising up your spine. You will feel your body resonating slightly differently, and a difficulty in focusing, especially on mundane tasks, and even a difficulty on focusing on your own Earth vessel, which we recommend that you do try to maintain that connection, for that connection is your safety net. For those of you that wish to return, we want you to know that your assignment is not yet complete. In fact, it is in a quite dangerous stage. It is a stage in which the light is lighter than ever, and the dark is darker than ever. It is in a stage in which there are extremes of light and dark, and those that are in between are far too often completely unconscious. Those who resonate to the realities in between the extreme light, which can be overwhelming, and the extreme darkness, which is very dangerous for light workers, are often not even aware that a shift is occurring. Those still trapped in the in-between are often not aware because they are so deeply attached to the 3D matrix that they are unable to realize, perceive, remember, or recognize that something very different is coming into the planet. They are not aware that something very different is coming into the physical bodies of the humans who are willing to accept it. Some do not yet remember that they volunteered to accept that higher light. Therefore, they do not know what is occurring. Fortunately, some are still willing to accept the light because they have faith. They have faith in themselves and/or in a higher power. That faith has brought them through many difficult times in which they knew they just had to let go of the problem and fall into the solution. That is what we ask you all to do now. We ask you to let go of the problem. We ask you to refuse to participate in the problem. The problem is an illusion. The problem is often yet another of the many, many illusions that are attached to the third-dimensional matrix. We ask you to let go of the problem so that you can let go of the illusion. Suziel was just engaged within a problem, and that engagement pulled her frequency down. Therefore, we remind all of you to disengage from problems because problems are the remaining particles of your third-dimensional self that must be either released or lovingly beckoned to join the solution. We know that it may be a unique thought that as you move through this process, there are layers and layers of you that will be released. There are layers and layers of your third-dimensional self that will not join the you who has dared to enter into this greater process of transmutation. Hence, we ask that you do let go of the problem. Surprisingly, when you do let go, you may feel depressed, anxious, angry, or frightened. We remind you that you are feeling that way because the particles of yourself that you are releasing are those that resonate to the feelings that you are releasing. In other words, rather than hiding from your inner enemy, who is secretly and silently holding you back, you are allowing yourself to deeply experience your inner saboteur in a detached fashion. Because of this detached, non-judgmental approach, you are able to gather all of those wounded/lower dimensional particles and release them all within the now of the One. In this manner, you will be more able to assist with the process of planetary ascension. Some of you came to help the members of humanity awaken, so that they could accept the higher light. Some of you chose to open the interdimensional portals to the higher frequencies, and hold them open, so that others could enter them. Some of you chose to assist all life. You will hold light portals open for all life forms. Some of you chose to open the planetary light portal to assist the planet. Those of you who chose to assist other ascending ones do not need to have to be connected to as high of a frequency, or be as deeply grounded, because you are working with others that are like yourself. Those of you who chose to work with all life forms must have a higher connection to the higher frequencies and be more deeply grounded in the planet. Then, those who volunteered to assist the entire planet must have the highest, the deepest, and the most conscious connections. You must have the highest, the deepest, the most conscious connection with the higher frequencies of reality, with our galactic troops, with the ascended masters, with the Elohim, and with your higher self. You must also have the deepest connection with the core of Gaia, as well as with all of the higher beings within Gaia's planetary core, as well as with all life on the planet. You must also be aware of sending unconditional love and violet fire to lost ones who still resonate to power over others. You, our beloved warriors for the light, must be the most committed, as you are the ones who will work toward ascending the entire planet. Please remember that you cannot think of your process in third-dimensional terms. From our higher dimensional perception, there is no sequence, so there is no process. Conversely, from the third-dimensional perspective of time and space, there is a challenge, in that, if all of the humans who are ready to ascend leave the planet, it will make it very difficult to ascend planet Earth. The humans that are just invested in themselves, and are not invested in the planet, will likely not be able to ascend, because they have not moved into the fifth-dimensional states of consciousness in which they know that all life is one. These humans are only resonating to the higher fourth dimension, where there is still individuality. Therefore, we say that there are different streams of reality, but some of these streams will not be able to continue all the way into the fifth dimension. In order for a stream of reality to continue into the fifth dimension, the inhabitants of that stream must embrace all life with unconditional love, and live within the dedication of working towards the greatest good for all life. Are you saying that an ascending stream of reality must be able to see the potential in all of life, and hold that potential for every living spark of energy? Does there also need to be an interaction with these potentials when the opportunity comes to us? Arcturians. Yes. However, our pioneers must also be protective of themselves. They are holding a very high frequency to which they are not totally accustomed. The accepting and integration of this higher frequency of light presents a challenge to their own physical bodies and their own physical health. Hence, if they see that there is not a great deal of potential in any given situation or person, they need to release that situation and let others that are not holding the highest frequency work with those who have a smaller percentage of potential. Through them, working with those that have a smaller potential, even if they're unable to help these beings, the percentage of their potential greatly increases because they have moved into a state of consciousness of caring for others. This sharing of their own inner potential greatly expands their state of consciousness. Do you understand what we are saying? Yes, I do. Arcturians. We are also saying to those who volunteered, spent many years, and/or those who have just awakened, that you must first of all be dedicated to the ascension of the entire planet. We say this because Gaia needs a massive, united energy field that is totally engulfed in planetary service. It is important within this now to focus, first on Earth, and then on her humans. We say this because humanity is immensely polarized within this now. Therefore, focusing on humanity can lower one's consciousness. You do realize that, right? Yes, for sure. Arcturians, the polarization of humanity is too often placing power in the hands of those who least deserve it, and who are initiating violence and fear. These humans are being led by the Dark Ones, and are not aware of that fact. Thus, they are easily manipulated. We ask that those who are working for the light, send those lost ones unconditional love. Only unconditional love is the antidote for the degree of fear and power over others that rules the lost ones. Please realize that if they did not have great fear, as well as the need for power over others, they would not be able to be used by the darkest ones. Our beloved volunteers to assist Gaia, you are within the darkest night before the dawn. It is for this reason that we call you all into active duty to serve your beloved Mother Earth, in the manner in which you wrote in your birth plan before you took this mission to Earth. Within the now, we know that Gaia's ascension is guaranteed, but the cost to her planetary inhabitants will be largely determined by the humans who have awakened to, remember, and are deeply connected to their true, multidimensional self. Remember that you, our dear away team to Earth, have served before to assist with planetary ascension. Go deeply into your multidimensional memory to recall how you served your homeworld in that manner. We were likely with you then, as well. The Arcturians. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com